Hey friends, welcome back to Rita Talks. I'm Rita, and on this YouTube channel, I just share some of the thoughts, ideas that I've been thinking about, some of the things that have been going on in my life. And in this video, I want to talk about something that I did today that I'm super proud of, and that just gave me this breath of fresh air and like gave me a new hope for the future, and I'm like really happy about it, and I'm super glad that I got to experience it today. But yeah, enough suspense. Basically today I ran for the first time in over 9 or 10 months, because today was June 5th, and apparently it's like the day of running, and there was this Apple Watch challenge that I had that I wanted to complete, which was basically to run minimum 5K in one run. And I I decided to do it. Basically, like I just had my full day of work, etc., like the usual, and then I had my body balance gym session, which is a bit of like it's a combination of yoga, tai chi, and Pilates. And after that, I decided to run on the treadmill, and I'm super happy with it because basically this whole run, it was like a really mindful run. Like I didn't have anything in my ears. I just had like the gym music playing, and basically the whole run I focused on the sensations in my legs, because I knew that because I have not run in a long time, my legs are going to feel super tight. And basically, like from running 2 half marathons last year and training for that, I basically learned like what it feels like to be at different stages of my runs. And from going through that experience, I knew that at some point my legs would immediately get loose. But basically, until I reach that point, they're gonna be super tight. It's gonna be uncomfortable. I'm gonna want to stop. But as long as I just keep going, at some point there's this switch that happens and your legs immediately start to feel good. And basically today, like basically I was running at like 7 kilometers an hour, which is not super fast, but it was actually my first half marathon pace, maybe a bit faster than that. But I just wanted to start there. I didn't like, because it's the first run in more than 10 months. I mean, I've kept very active with my very frequent gym sessions, my daily rowing sessions, etc. But man, I'm so happy that I did this run today. Like, honestly, it just made me so happy. And it kind of reminded me that, everything that happened in my life that's good last year, I think I can trace back to these runs, to training for the first half marathon, and then training for the second half marathon. And basically today I realized that, because honestly running felt amazing. Like, it was the feeling that I described it when I was running. I was like feeling like, when like you're dancing all night and the music is exactly how you like it, and you somehow happen to have all the right moves, and you're like, how you dance is like coordinated with the music and all of that stuff. That's exactly what it felt like when I was running today, and I'm super happy that I got to experience it and got to be mindful of it today. And I loved how, when I started the run, my goal was, okay, let's do this for the first 2 kilometers. I know that in the first 2 kilometers from my previous runs, my legs are always tight, and it always feels not that great, and I'm gonna want to stop, but just stick with it for the first 2 kilometers. And obviously, the rule for this is you obviously need to be going at a sustainable pace. So my pace today was 7 kilometers an hour, which is not very fast. And basically I just kept with it and kept noticing, like, not trying to ignore the sensations in my legs, but tuning into them, like trying to feel them, and basically by focusing on them, the somewhat the pain was diminished. I mean, not really, but I think it's like it takes away the anxiety of, oh, I don't want this to hurt, and you just accept, like, okay, there's this tingling, and like it feels in a specific way. My legs feel tight. That's the feeling that I would describe them, like the feeling when you're just starting a run, and like maybe within the first kilometers you start to feel, okay, this, like, my muscles are cramping, this feels uncomfortable, all of that stuff. And because this is the first run that I did in 10 months, maybe more, I mean, you do the count, since basically October 2023, and now it's June 2024. So October, November, December, January, February, so December, and then it's been five months. So 8 to 9 months basically was my last run. And I don't know, I'm just like, I just had this feeling of euphoria. Honestly, I was just so happy. And I remembered that during that time, I was also super happy and super optimistic about the world. And at some point, it like slowly stopped being there. But now I'm like, this is why I was so happy. It's because of this feeling, like, that I have. And whenever, like, basically I had so much energy after the run, like I just wanted to keep running, man. Like I just wanted to keep running. And basically the original goal, like, this is how it went. I was like, when I first got on the treadmill, I'm like, okay, let's just stick with this for the first 2 kilometers. 2 kilometers, that's all it is. And then I reached 2 kilometers, it was less than 20 minutes. And I'm like, okay, 2 kilometers, my legs are still tight. Let's stick with this until the 20-minute mark. Okay, 20-minute mark. I don't want to stop now. I really want to go to the restroom. Maybe I should stop, take a break, and then come back. No, actually, you know what? Let's try and do this until 2.5 kilometers. 2.5 kilometers. Wow, I'm already halfway through my run. Like, that's amazing. I only have to do the same thing one more time, and that's it. My run is done, and my 5K is done, and I will have completed my Apple Watch challenge. Okay, that's very cool. And then, like, basically, because at the beginning of the run, like, I had walked like 3 minutes, so I don't count this in the kilometers for the run. I had a separate count, and basically I walked 3 minutes, so that was like 0.24 something, 0.24 kilometers. And basically this was an extra thing, is that when it would reach, like, for example, 50 on the tread, like 0.5 on the treadmill, it meant that I had run for 300 meters, and that also was a dopamine jump, like, oh wow, it's 0.5, even though it was not actually yet 0.5, but it was like extra rewards for me, and like it felt good to have these like little milestones throughout the whole thing. And basically it was like, oh wow, the counter says it's 2.5 kilometers. Wow, I don't have that much left. Like, come on, I can 100% do this. And it's like, oh, now it's like really 2.5 kilometers. Now it's 274. So now I really ran 2.5 kilometers. And then, like, okay, then there is the 3 kilometer mark on the treadmill. And he said, wow, 3 kilometer mark on the treadmill. Like, come on, you can absolutely do this. And then, like, 324. Wow, now you really did run 3 kilometers on this thing. It's like, now there's only 2 more kilometers left. Like that's super easy. And by the time that I think around the third kilometer, my legs started getting looser. Definitely by 3.5 and 4. It was like my legs were super loose. I was feeling really good. And I just kept going. I made it all the way until 5 kilometers, and I'm like, my legs feel really good. Why don't I add another kilometer to this? That would be fun. So I ran an extra kilometer than what I had planned. And it just felt amazing, and I loved this feeling of, I don't know, it's just something. I guess it's the endorphins and like all the chemicals that are released in our brain from this kind of exercise, and maybe specifically from running, because as humans, we are born to run. If you know the book Born to Run, I had read it maybe 3 years ago. I had listened to the audiobook version of it, and it's basically the book, and like this one and a few other books about ultra running that completely made me believe that I could run these half kilometers, half marathons that I ran with. Like basically for the first one, I had 25 days to train for it, and I had not run in like years. And basically, I ran every day up until that one. And then for the second one, I also had like a 30-day training period where I ran every day for the second half marathon, and I made up 15 minutes in time in my finish time. And all of this is because of the books that I listened to 2 to 3 years ago about running and about the importance of zone 2, of going slow to go fast, and letting go of your ego if you want to run for a really long distance. And yeah, I've just been using these principles that I learned from these books in my day-to-day life, and I like really enjoyed those books, mostly for the mindset. And I'm glad that I get to apply it by actually running and apply that knowledge. So yeah, this was honestly the best thing ever that I could have done today. I'm just so happy with that. I'm super proud of myself. And like basically, I ran in the end a little over 6K without stopping a single time, like no stops. And all, like, I did not decrease the speed, I did not change the speed. My speed was constant, 7 kilometers an hour for the whole 6K. And I did not have my headphones on, so I was not distracting myself. I was present the whole time. I was happy the whole time. It just felt amazing. It felt like euphoria. That's what it felt like. And I just got super excited and, I don't know, like energized by this run, and I'm super glad that I did it. And I obviously got my Apple Watch thing. That's why I did this thing in the first place. But it was honestly so cool, and it got me excited. And basically the fact that I did this without having run in 8 months, 9 months. It just gave me a lot of confidence for my plans for 3 months from now, 2 months from now, where I am hoping to run my third half marathon and follow that by hopefully my first marathon 1 month after the half marathon. So just doing this today was a huge milestone for that, because it just gave me the confidence, like, okay, I know I have not run in 8 or 9 months, but I did this today. I ran 6K and it felt amazing. My legs, like, they followed exactly the pattern that I had learned when I was training for my first 2 half marathons. So they are super tight at the beginning, and they eventually get loose, even though today they got loose a bit later than I'm used to, than I was used to from my training for the first 2 half marathons that I did last year. But basically, I was kind of expecting that because I'm like I honestly I was expecting the tightness not to go away at all, and was just hoping to like finish the 5K despite the tightness because it was manageable. But I was really glad to see that it went away, and this just keeps reinforcing this idea that okay, it hurts in the beginning, but just wait a bit, be a bit more patient, and the fun part will come. If I had stopped, I would never have gotten to experience that amazing part, and I would have only remembered uh, the the fact that running hurts. So I'm so glad that I did not, and I'm so glad that I had this kind of base to build on, to base my base my actions on. So I had this base of knowledge that I knew that at some point my legs will get looser, and they did, even though it was at a later point than I was used to. But come on, what do you expect? You have not run in 9 months. It's completely normal, and that was my expectation. Like, I didn't expect to feel so great after 3 kilometers. It was just amazing, honestly. Like, just super grateful for this run today. Ah, I'm just so glad, and I love like I'm so glad, and I'm super proud of myself. Like I'm like, oh yes, I got it. I still got it. Come on, I still can do this because basically, since I've not been running that much, I've not like I didn't have any physical challenges in the past year. Like I didn't take up any huge physical endeavor like I did last year, with especially with the first half marathon. It was so scary. Um, I was like, I had no evidence to help me towards that, like to help me, to give me confidence towards that, but I just believed because I had built evidence by walking for a really long time and walking for insane distances, uh, like the two the 2 years before that. And by reading these books and listening to these books on ultra running and getting the gist of what it takes to train for long distances. Obviously, a half marathon is not as long as a 100-mile race, which is what these people were describing in these books. And I just thought it was so inspiring. Like, come on, this guy who started out in a worse situation than I did has been able to work his way through uh, to run 100 miles. I surely can do. Surely can run a half marathon, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's just so amazing to see, and I started like a bit like basically as you guys know from the past few videos, these past few months have not been my greatest months, especially after my promo went through and the change of team happened because of all of the uncertainty around team change and around this project that I'm currently working on that's still being very stubborn. And I like by the day I get like more obstacles than I could possibly have imagined. Like literally from yesterday to today, I just got 3 more obstacles. And it was the same yesterday. From the day before yesterday to yesterday, 3 more obstacles. It's just like getting out of control, but this is what it feels like to be hard, like for things to be hard. this is what hard feels like, as Alex Hormozy says. So yeah, let's just keep going and not give up on these things. And this run today, man, it changed there. Like, it was so cool to see, and I'm super happy that I did it. Like, honestly, I need to stop saying that, but anyway, I think you guys got the point that I'm super happy that I did this run. But yeah, like, on days like this, you just have to enjoy it and share it with you guys and with my future self, who's gonna be watching this video in maybe a year, maybe 2 years, I don't know. So yeah, remember this feeling, Rita. Remember what this felt like. Go look at your notes from your Apple Notes, what you wrote today from the story-worthy moments of the day. Go look at the note that you wrote about this run and like how good it made you feel. That's like that's the goal of this. That's the goal of this channel. It's to remember days like this for the like to help me and hopefully also you guys get through the days where it's not so great, and also to document the days where it's not so great so that you guys know that everyone goes through these days that it's not so great, but you still, like, life goes in cycles and the good days will come. And I'm glad today was a good day. I worked really hard, which I'm proud of, even though I still have issues with my end-to-end runs. I did my best, and I'm gonna be very happy when I go to sleep tonight. In true Rita fashion, it's around 3 a.m. and I need to go to sleep. So on that note, thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic rest of day, night, whichever time of day it is, where you are right now. You can click here to watch my previous video on this channel, the one right before this one, or you can click here to watch my latest video on the channel overall. So thanks again for tuning in. Bye for now, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!